Hey there, welcome back to Let's Suffer Together. I'm Suffer, back with the Undermine Relic tier list, back with Priskip and Headwound. How you doing, guys?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
I'm doing great. Just got me my 125th Summoning Stone win.
Hey, big clap, man. Again, climbing those summoning
Woo woo.
stones, getting the potion loops, all like the other type of wins where you're building the relics, building the blessings, always a difficult one. What was the victory like this time, man?
Victory was good. It was an early pet rock with recycler and a all potion early on. So we were able to get
Ooh.
the potion loop. We did run into a bug at the very end fighting Ponzu where the game didn't like electric damage. So I had to ditch all of my relics and go blessings only.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
today, we're looking into the bombs of
The
Undermine,
bomb.
an eclectic collection of variable
Mm.
bombs you'll be using throughout your adventures. And let's get right into it. We missed out gold powder yesterday, but Priskip with the ultimate grenade waifu, Bombushka.
Yeah, so bambushka. Reference to Russian nesting dolls. You get bombs and bombs and bombs. So when you plop down bambushka, she will explode, and three little bambushkas will come out of her. And then those three little bambushkas, when they explode, they'll generate three more each of even smaller little bambushkas. Luckily, it only occurs. Luckily, the explosions only loop three times like that. But still, that's nine little tiny bambushkas that are all over the ground. These or the bambushka explosions can be quite random. Although I generally notice that they tend to blow up towards the right side of the screen, but they can go all over the place. Bambushka is quite what's the right word? She is quite wacky at times. She just likes to go wherever she pleases. It can do a lot of damage in the room, clear up a lot of rock, but the randomness to it can really mess you up sometimes. I've hey, Bombushka has killed me a couple of runs. But that's not really a fault of her. That's more me not using her right. But yeah, Headwound.
Yeah, this one is a very interesting bomb effect. In fact, if you are planning to try something different and take the protective bomb outfit, let's see. So yeah, blast suit. This would actually be a really great bomb to take with you. Bump up the bomb damage, throw a bomb bushki in the middle of the room, and just sit back. Uh, for me, this one's kind of deadly. If you have any type of bomb size blessing, this can be a disaster very quickly. But this is really good for clearing up blocks that can be bombed within a room and potentially learning about new secrets and things like that. But very limited use beyond just clearing some blocks and opening up traditional walls and staircases.
You'll get to know Bombushka right away with it being a unlock as soon as you start your save file. Priskip, you managed to turn this into a bit of a shotgun, I believe, once.
Oh yeah, you get a whole bunch of you get yeah. If you start to get a lot of cleave, you can get your swing size to a point where it will be bigger than the bombushka explosions, provided of course you don't have bomb size. But if you have a big enough cleave, you can safely stand back, drop a bambushka. When all the little bambushkas come out, you can smack them with your cleave, and you can spread them all. You can spread them across the room wherever you'd like. It's interesting. It's a lot of fun when you can pull it off.
You can also do it with throw, if you've got any sort of throw thickness. In the second stage of the Bombushka, launch your throw into the bombs, spread them out into the rocks to get more of a disbursement. It can go wrong, but like the tagline says, bombs were losing their excitement, and then this came along. It is exciting. You find yourself jumping around a lot trying to avoid, but you'll get quite a lot back for it as well. One of my personal favourite bombs, even though
Mm-hmm.
not for its talent, more for the smiley little face. Any relic or anything in the game that's got personality behind it, I just grow an attachment to and run with it, and it's always been favorable.
Yeah, of the bombs, this is one of the better, but we're going to take a look at a lot more coming down the pike.
It's great against enemies with the 3 stages of explosive damage,
Oh yeah.
especially since
So
bomb damage is quite high.
yeah. So where do you think we're gonna rank this one?
Depends if we rank it compared to other bombs, or we ranking it compared to other relics. Because obviously, if we're ranking it compared to other bombs, that will grow and it has a chance to move around. But if we're comparing it to other relics, that's a more trickier one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was thinking somewhere about a B. I was looking either here or here.
you know what I would like to see? Let's start it at a B, middle tier. This is one of the this is the bomb where there are other bombs that I would take over it, but there are ones that I would not take over this one. So if we place it here and then we decide that, in comparison with the other relics, I think it should go here, we could move around the whole series.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Oh,
Although it's just so different from gold powder bombs that it's a real hard time comparing it because they're so different. Like bomb booshka is essentially just a traditional bomb. It's going to always act as a bomb, while gold powder has an additional effect. But
Yes.
bomb booshka allows you to hunt out the perfect pet rock. It allows you to hunt out more for rocks, so it does have that going for it as well. But there are more stable ways of achieving that, so I think a B is quite nice for it at the moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I agree.
all right. Moving on.
Now, the latest and newest boss is called Seer. This is Seer's Blood. It is a bomb that puts out 4 showers of fire from its explosive area. Now, as the bomb size increases, that fire area does not increase correspondingly. It just stays in a tight little 4-quadrant area. It's good for just using it as a regular bomb. It can be used to cook food if you need to. It can be used to light braziers if there is a secret that you find in a room. But it could also be used accidentally to light yourself on fire, to light the ground on fire. So it does have its uses, but it could cause a lot more problems than it may help with. Thoughts?
Hot garbage.
Yeah.
Interesting. The tagline: "Blood of the
Hot.
salamander, kept only in check by the blood of her brother."
Is Cell a girl? Or not Cell, Seer. Is Seer a girl?
That's what it's suggesting, and suggesting that Seer has a brother.
Huh.
So, what may be behind that door after the August the 6th update? I was incorrect a few days ago when I suggested the update was out on August the 8th, but I'm sure none of you are too bothered considering if you were planning on August the 8th, we're getting it 2 days earlier. So, no complaining.
Yay.
I've essentially fast forwarded time by 2 days by being wrong.
But yeah, I tend to only pick this thing up if I need the extra bomb.
I'd never use
Yeah.
it for fire. It's one of those, the fire profit is
Yeah.
so limited that you can get fire from other sources. Lava Boot Salamander itself, actually having proper relics to do that job for you. Seer's Blood has always just been a pain in the ass. I've never enjoyed it. And as an automatic unlock, it's always one I'd want to destroy, recycle, get rid of, remove from the RNG pool, but it's not possible unless you put on a pedestal of shame. And there's probably more profitable things to put on that.
Indeed, indeed. I think if it came up between a choice, and I always love like comparing it to some other things. If it's compared to any other bomb, normally this would not be the choice I would make. If there was a regular bomb in the shop, no transmute, and there was this also, I would choose the bomb over this, the regular bomb, like the
Yeah.
one regular bomb.
Considering you get the regular bomb automatically, it's I would just rather have the automatic bomb, like you're suggesting.
Hot garbage. Absolutely
Yeah.
agree. This is, for me, this is probably a C.
D,
Hmm.
in my
I
opinion.
was thinking D.
Oh,
It's
you
so
think it's
low
a
value.
D?
It's so low value.
Yeah.
It
It's like the pocket girl.
it's close to an F. But
Yeah.
since galoshes
If
are
it-
on D, I can't put it on
Yeah.
F for galoshes' sake. It is a galoshes of bombs.
Well,
Essentially.
you know what? I was going for a C. You guys are both saying a D. Would you compromise on a C minus?
Nope. No compromise. No
You
giving
think-
in. This is
No,
the worst bomb.
no. This absolutely has a purpose, and it does come in use. It is not. It doesn't damage you when you use it, unless you're standing, right next to it, like any other bomb. And you just have to wait for the fire to go out, and then you can move on with your life.
You do realize
It
how
also
impatient I am.
does. I
I'm
know,
very impatient.
which is great. but this is
I
not.
get tired of waiting for the
I
fire to go out
absolutely.
too.
I do not agree that this is a D. I will compromise to a C minus, but
Okay.
definitely not a
Have
D.
you ever used this against Nori? Ever?
Against Nori?
Yeah.
There's no reason to.
There is to relight the
But
lanterns.
Oh,
Have you ever?
Hmm.
hey,
Exactly. You
that's a
haven't.
great idea.
Right, no, that's the primary reason for fire. To relight Nori. Every other fire-based
No,
profit is
it's not the only reason.
substandard. Okay, but it's the best reason to
Light-
have fire. This is
Light braziers.
that's substandard argument, in my opinion. Again, that makes it not an F. But because no one thinks to use in Nori, because it's so dangerous to use, because fire can be debilitating, but it's the immediate option to go to something else. Meaning it can harm you, which could put it in an F.
It could harm you,
Again,
but it doesn't
I'll-
actively harm you.
I have used
If I
this
can't
to
convince you-
unlock. I've used this to unlock so many things that I didn't have fire. I didn't have boots. I didn't have Salamander's tail. This was some of the only reasons that I was able to get some of the unlocks that I got in the game. So I have to weigh that into effect. If this is the only thing that you have, and you don't have lava boots, and you don't have Salamander's tail, this is the only way that you may be able to light food or subsequently unlock something. So I can't put this at a D. There's too many possible uses that this has.
Well, galoshes
Not
has
only
use.
that-
The cook food has use. The bramble vest has use. We're not saying it doesn't have use. We're just saying it's hot garbage for its primary purpose of lighting fire. It is the most substandard fire lighting equipment you can find. Even the what's that bloody C minus one called? The one we don't
Large
unlock.
ember.
Large ember.
It's the large ember.
Yeah.
That's better.
No, I don't actually agree. I would actually take the bomb over large ember.
The thing I have against this as well is it takes up a relic spot in the relic item
default
pool.
relic
It's
pool.
not a shop thing. It's default relic, which wastes space for something more sexy, and that is a punishing thing for it.
Yeah.
I don't agree. I don't agree. This one actually has a purpose with getting your game moving forward. It's still a bomb. It allows you to light anything on fire,
All right, I'm gonna.
including yourself.
All right, I'll put it C minus. But if we get more than 5 comments saying it's garbage and deserves to be in D, we move it. Now, comment
will
section.
be-
I need you
yeah,
to rise up
come-
for me and defend the honor of
Come on, guys.
hot garbage.
I'll put
Not you, and you need to be specific with your comment.
Yeah.
You either have to C minus or D, or if you got another rating for it,
No, just
throw
say
it out there.
Seer's blood, hot garbage. We know what you're on about. 5 of you, and that'll
Yep.
sort it out. You know, we'll
No.
alter it
No.
because I think a lot of people will agree that it just hurts you so much more than it helps because you have to use bombs. Bombs are used so often; it slows you down. It just makes the clumsy nature of movement in the game sometimes that much more dangerous. And again, I had a hard time trying to bringing it from an F to a D myself, so I was
Yeah.
kind of holding back.
Yeah. No, no.
Yeah.
This, yeah, I've had too much luck with this one in making progression, and I'm not going to go on with it. What's up next?
Indeed.
Well, the only reason why I'll put it at C minus is because if I have this thing and I go to a shop, I can find another bomb, just trade it out, transmute it, get another relic.
That's a very good point. So, for now, C
Yeah.
minus, and I will
It-
concede that you can drop it and change it. So, it has value in being very changeable. But moving on to one of the most stable bombs that will allow you to delete rocks, kick ass, take names. Rooks bomb, which allows you to shoot out in, what is it, 90 degrees? Four blasts. I think it's four bomb radii, going up, down, left, right. And it's exactly what it says on the tin, really. It's quite big, especially if you get some bomb size behind it, but you can often delete 2 secret rooms at once, delete an ungodly amount of rocks in a room with it. So versatile, unlock straight away. It's one of my favourite kind of basic bombs, because it's got such utility behind it. As we'll come along to the other one very soon.
Mhm.
This is the one that's unlocked automatically, so it will be the one you get more familiar with as well. And I think most people will agree it's got the most utility out of most bombs, and one you will be looking to gradually working towards making more and more effective in your placement of bombs over time. Again, depends how much you use bombs in combat. I'll be assuming not much, and more for destruction of rocks and secret rooms, stuff like that, and maybe even gargoyles when they are in their stone format. Really good for taking these guys out, especially if you can get 2 or 3 gargoyles at once in their stone format, drop a Rooks bomb. They're all destroyed because of the multiple explosions. Great for pushing enemies back as well into the cardinal directions. But I think it's a solid little bomb. What do you guys think?
Headwind?
This is one of my favorite bombs because of the area of coverage that it can do. If you've got a room full of rocks that are in a pattern where it looks like a maze, you could throw one of these in the middle and clear out so many rocks, which increases your possibility of finding keys, bombs, talismans, or even a potion, or who knows, maybe the glorious pet rock will show his face. So, great all around bomb. If you know how to use it, it can be incredible.
Mm-hmm. I agree. You guys basically brought up any of the points that I would bring up, but yeah, it just offers such a great utility, such good consistency, and if you get a couple of bomb size blessings on it, it can pretty much blow up the entire room, which might not be a good thing, but it's handy.
The best pet rock facilitator you will ever find
Oh
on
yeah.
its own in a single relic, by
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Oh.
And not only that, but to equate this to like a regular bomb, this is the equivalent of, let's see, probably about 9 different bombs. Like if you placed 9 different bombs in this pattern of rooks, that's how many bombs. So you're taking one bomb and getting the effect of the equivalent of 9.
I would say 8.
Which is,
I could do the
or
same
8.
effect in 8.
Yeah,
I think.
okay, 8.
Close enough.
I was just trying to figure it out in my mind, and in placement with a regular bomb size, I think it's 8.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you'd
Yeah.
need the one in the middle, the bang one in the middle. I don't think you'd need, because you'd be able to do that from all the other ones on the side, and then
Or maybe
spread it out,
even
maybe.
5.
I think that's a
like
little too low. I think the Rooks bomb does stretch out
Yeah?
a bit too far for 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good.
It is
I mean,
value, such value.
this is better than Gold Bomb for me.
Yeah, I prefer this over Gold Bomb.
I don't think much, because I don't want to
I
put it on a
don't think
pedestal.
much either.
Like A minus maybe, but I don't
Yeah.
think.
That's
Again,
I'm
if you take
thinking
the
A-.
A's, you're taking the A's all day over this. But when it
Yeah.
comes to battle standard, I mean, leftovers. That's a really tricky choice.
Yeah.
That is a tough one.
Yeah.
It would depend on what I would need if I were to choose leftovers or Rook's bomb if they both showed up with a duplicator.
Depends how many bombs you have as well. Because if you
Yeah.
have a
indeed.
few bombs, then you might want to think more towards a bomb build if you get this. But if you already have, say, 99 bombs, then you've just realized that all your 99 bombs have become super effective, and you can just essentially concentrate on other things while maintaining absolute bomb effectiveness.
Yep.
Because it just takes
And-
less time. The more time you spend on something, the more likely you are to make mistakes and other things.
Yep.
You
And
only
you
have
can
a
also
certain
find
amount of
your pet
effort.
rock with this thing.
Hmm.
It's really nice. So,
All right,
yeah.
what's up next?
Up next is the Bishop's Bomb, the counterpart to the Rook's Bomb. Whereas the Rook's Bomb was death at 90 degrees, the Bishop's Bomb is death at 45 degrees. So, the Rook's Bomb exploded out in a way that a rook moves on a chessboard. The Bishop's Bomb explodes in the direction that a bishop can travel on a chessboard, which is in a big X. So, the Bishop Bomb is essentially the same thing as the Rook's Bomb, just rotated. It can be useful for destroying different types of rock formation that you would have to possibly spend multiple bombs on with a Rook's Bomb, because just from the sheer geometry of the situation. However, the big downside to the Bishop's Bomb is that it is not an automatic unlock. You have to craft this thing, thus diluting your relic pool. So, it's very similar. It has almost all the same upsides and downsides as the Rook's Bomb. You can still explode multiple walls with this thing if you place it just right. Find the multiple secret rooms at once. Get just a lot of benefits of exploding multiple rock. Try to find your pet rock early. Basically, everything that we talked about in Rook's Bomb works with Bishop's Bomb. It's just shaped slightly different, and you have to craft it.
Tell you what, that old icon for Bishop's Bomb is pretty crap.
Yeah.
to be
Is
really
it
real,
not?
to really real about it, that is kind of bad. But placeholders, so respect, and it shows the effort they put into the actual game, where all the actual relics do have great symbols, and the actual aesthetic of the entire game has probably come such a long way since that old icon for the Bishop's Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And just in general, it's so polished and it's so nice that having something
You
like the
should think-
Bishop's Bomb in the game, and just even thinking of having a Rook's Bomb and a Bishop's Bomb doing relatively similar things but two different things in a roguelike game, allowing for that kind of versatility and even forgetfulness, because say you forget you have the Bishop's Bomb and you are practiced in the Rook's Bomb, you stand in the wrong position, your muscle memory kicks in, you stand in the wrong position, oh no, I am standing diagonally to my bomb, which used to be safe, and it's not anymore. You get stomped on by 4 different bombs coming at your general vicinity, and you get punished. This bomb will teach you a thing or two.
Yeah, this one, it feels to me a little more challenging than Rook's Bomb because of the angular nature of it, and you have to be of a certain mindset when you use it. Does it have its same use just as Rooks? Absolutely. Should it be unlocked? Absolutely not.
No, of
Only if
course
you
not.
want to have fun.
Yeah, only if you want to have those angled bombs and get what's coming up next. I mean, it's I can't help but say that because it has an unlock and it takes away a relic from the pool, I don't know if it's exactly an A minus
Right.
for me.
Can we
No, I wouldn't.
award points on a ranking for a relic being an unlockable, meaning you don't have to unlock it, meaning it's being courteous and keeping itself out the relic pool because you know you don't want it? Can you award points for can you award points for a relic for remaining hidden?
No, but I can take it away.
I mean,
Um,
if we were to award points for not being not being default unlocks, I think Aphotic Charm would be super high because nobody wants that in their relic pool.
No, I mean
Yeah.
just in its favor, taking into account everything, the extra bomb size, having that extra bomb. Say you're not a fan of bomb booshka, say you're not a fan of gold bomb, having this extra bomb, having a because obviously with Rook's bomb being A minus, having Knight's bomb, Bishop's bomb, sorry, fucking chess,
Yeah.
Having
Knight's bomb would be
another
interesting.
A- type of relic compared to the other bombs, which are obviously looking lower at the moment, isn't necessarily a bad thing. And the chance to not unlock it in the first place, to not pollute your pool, hey, that's
Yeah.
it's a friendly little relic, that one. It's doing everything it
Yes.
needs to stay out the way or be useful.
I assume you guys don't have this unlocked in your game.
No.
I had it in my original save,
Yeah.
and which thus gave me the other bomb that's coming up. But I would absolutely say this is the same as Rooks for me. Place it at A minus.
Hmm.
We're fine. I'm fine with that.
All right. Yeah, I actually have this guy unlocked on my Summoning Stone 83 save. I really like Rook's Bomb, and for me, it's really nice to just have the extra chance to get something very similar to Rook's Bomb, because these two bomb upgrades don't tend to show up too often, at least early on when you are most likely to need them. So for me, I just like the extra chance of finding a really good bomb upgrade.
I don't know whether it
So-
should be punished for just wasting space. If we're not
Yeah.
giving it points for remaining hidden, can I punish it
Yeah.
for being an unlock and polluting the pool? But the usefulness of it in the pool in the first place, and what I'm saying is, it's lucky it's good.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I'd say an A minus, and then maybe
it's
come
similar
back
to
to it.
Rooks. Yeah.
Maybe.
If at worst, I would put it next to the gold bomb.
Yeah.
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 All right.
But no,
Well,
yeah.
next up is the Queen's Bomb. This is a combination of the Rook Bomb and the Bishop Bomb, and thus gives you a a 8 direction point set. So it does the same bomb pattern as Rooks and Bishops put together. It's the same distance. It does give you an extra bomb when you pick it up and get that achievement. It can be very dangerous in a small room, but it could also be amazing for clearing up every piece of rock or doing some damage to the enemy. Um, I actually enjoyed this. When I actually had both of the bombs and I would get this, I would enjoy this. I would tend to stay away from any type of increase of bomb size because this does all of the bomb size that you ever need. But yeah, I like it. I like it for what it does.
It's a nice. I see it as more of a nice aesthetic thing, and combining the usefulness of two bombs together just to make one. Considering you can't have two bombs, you can't have two unique bombs, so making a combination, you are technically removing a relic from your own inventory, which can be a problem because you could have traded that bomb into something different. Which I don't know if that you can punish it for that in the tier list. Because say you had Rook's bomb, you come across a Bishop's bomb, you could trade it and just completely ignore the Queen's bomb, which you could do anyway. I suppose you have the freedom to do, or you can choose to pick up the Queen's bomb and lose a relic. So at least you have the choice. But it does have that drawback that you're taking two relics to make one relic, and I don't see the advantage being a two relic advantage. It's great. It has a bigger chance to hurt you, so it might have a bigger drawback. When I've used it myself, it's not too difficult to get out of the way, especially if you put it down on the ground and hit it away. But does deal with less accuracy then in actual placement. But you don't really need to worry about accuracy when you're dealing with the Queen's bomb, so that's really a moot point. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's flashy. Bomb size you need to watch out for though.
Ho 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 ho.
You get
Yes,
high
you
bomb
do.
size, you are gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, we take a look at the purpose of why we chose the position of A minus for the other two bombs. It's because of the ability to clear things from the room and get our favorite pet. This is the same thing, but it increases that range of clearing and only have to use one bomb.
It does, but you take two relics to do it. So I can't see it being above A minus because
Nah.
No, I
Yeah,
do not
essentially-
agree. Well, no, I mean I do agree. It for me, it's an A minus. It's the same as the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd put it pretty much right beside him.
I'm not sure. Again, it's one of those that taking the combination relics always take 2 relics to make 1 relic, and you lose both of the previous relics.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
I
in
have an
this case,
inherent
you don't-
problem with, but
Yeah.
the fact
we-
that we're
we-
rating the Queen's Bomb means that you had to do it to get the Queen's Bomb in the first place, so you've chosen to lose a relic. And I don't
Yeah,
see you
not
getting
only
any
that-
benefit back. You're going to be getting just as normally good chance, because you're not really lacking for bombs in the game half the time. And the chance to get Pet Rock is normally out there anyway. Quite high. I don't know.
Gold duplication, golden food or seasoned popcorn, caramel popcorn, all the same level, just about the same possibility. You are getting rid of 2 and replacing it with 1.
That's such a different mechanic, though. While this,
It's a-
because you still receive both the benefits from it. And Queen's Bomb, what?
You get both benefits.
But
Yeah,
no,
you get
get
both
the rook
benefits.
pattern.
you
at
get
the
both
same time.
benefits,
The
but
bishop.
you only need to bomb a certain amount of things in the game, right? While you can double, you need to double an ungodly amount of gold and an ungodly amount of food, golden food, to get to full effectiveness for your gold income. While the amount of things you need to bomb, and say you use 1 Queen's Bomb on 1 rock, well, you could have done that with a regular bomb. For the Queen's Bomb, you're going to need to have rooms filled with rock, absolutely filled with rock, to be fully effective. Now, you could probably, in rooms filled with rock, think about the 5th floor and that room that is just covered in rock. You find it harder, do you really find it that much harder with Rooks or Bishop's Bomb to clear that? Like, how much effectiveness do you think you gain with Queen's Bomb in a room like that? Like 20,
Well, I think-
30% effectiveness at most?
Well, if
Yeah.
you have
It's not double.
if you have a big enough bomb size, a Rook's or a Bishop's bomb will explode the same area as a Queen's bomb.
No. You just don't
Yeah.
gain effectiveness. So
Mhm.
for 2 relics, you're essentially saying for 2 relics, I have a 20%. Just to argue, Tosh, about it, you have a 20% increase in effectiveness of bomb destruction. Is that reasonable? To rank it the same as a single relic where you lose 20% effectiveness. You see what I mean? It's
Yeah.
too much. It's 2 relics. That other relic you could transmute, or it could have been something else. It could have been an A tier, a S tier, A plus tier. You know, it could have been lower, and it could have still been more useful and more effective at changing your run than picking up a second bomb relic that combines
True.
that you can't then get rid of. That's
So,
why I've
but the-
never. It's why I've never personally unlocked Rooks Bomb, because it's not just a single combination. Sorry, the single extra relic. It's the 2 extra relics in combination that kind of just mess with the entire RNG and the lack of effectiveness you get from it.
So you're going to penalize Queen's Bomb for its effect of somebody unlocking Bishop's Bomb.
No, I'm penalizing Queen's Bomb because it is a combination relic, and you do not gain as much effectiveness as you should for 2 relics out of the pool compared to a single alternate, very comparable bomb. You know what I mean? Of a
Well, we have
single
to-
relic.
okay,
that's
so-
not a combination.
I have to look at Queen's Bomb as not a relic that I'm picking up, because that's not a relic that you're actually going to pick up. It's a combination of 2 relics combined together, and ultimately you're going to be picking up Rook's Bomb or Bishop's Bomb in order to get Queen's Bomb.
And that's why I'm judging it like that, because it is a combination relic.
Mhm.
And you
Well,
don't
we
gain
have to look-
extreme effectiveness. With caramel popcorn, you get quite a lot more golden food, and it's still only a B plus all across the board. I know we decided to put it the same. Even I can't remember if anybody had any thoughts about that and whether it should be either lower or higher. But I think it was just it is what it is. I don't know. I find this.
So you're saying
As-
that the opportunity cost of the 2 relics is
Yeah,
just makes it so
that's the
this
perfect
isn't
way of
worth
putting it. The opportunity costs. It's not good enough
I could see putting it
two
at
relics. But
I could see putting it at a B+ for that.
that would need agreement since I'm in the minority. You see,
Well,
right?
where would you put it?
B minus.
Suffer,
B
would
plus. Sorry.
you put it? Okay, so both you say B plus. I will concede in this one. That's fine.
I think it's just a bit too much for. It's not exactly like Priskip said. You're probably detonating the same amount of rook with Rook's bomb, Bishop's bomb, either of those, than you are the Queen's
if
bomb
you
with the
have
same
some
amount of
bomb
bomb size. Again, you're gaining about 20% effectiveness at most, and you're probably hurting yourself more. There's too again. It just screams of downside to me compared to a single nice bomb that you then don't have to worry about ever again.
You know what? Go ahead and shut up and just move on to the next relic because you get the good one.
I do. The Transmutation bomb. Now, this little Shogul relic, legendary relic. Wait, nudge, nudge. You're gonna have to unlock this though. What? It's a Shogul relic. You don't have to unlock Shogul relics.
It used to be one that you had to unlock, but not anymore.
Yeah, see, Wiki, catch up, mate. You need to catch up. Yeah, you're a bit slow there. Cost 3 major curses at a Shogul lair, but do not let that dissuade you. Transmutation Blast, aka the Transmutation Bomb, is one of the best relics in the game because anytime you can transmute relics, potions, or anything, just transmute anything. Include can you right, here's a question. Can you transmute blessings with this?
Yes.
And that's what makes it so damn good. You can transmute everything. And if you can do that, you can rocket through the transmutation pool of the game. The way the transmutation pool in the game works, imagine all the relics are in the line. You start at the very beginning. That line is predetermined. You are trying to rocket your way through that line of relics, which includes all the relics, all in a big line. Now, you start at the start. If you can use a bomb to ignore the relics you don't like constantly, of course, you have 4 or 5 blasts until you destroy the relic that you're trying to change.
The 5th one will break it.
The 5th one will break
transmutes.
Yeah. So, if you can do with this bomb, for each relic, transmuting 4 different times, you can skip that queue with every relic 4 times faster. That doesn't include shop relics, which you can get even more benefit from by spreading out your bomb to change keys into curse removal, to changing blessings. The most common blessing is the throw blessing, I've noticed. And changing that into something more effective, I mean, it's just insane. Well worth 3 curses. And maybe one you look out for constantly, because it's so rare now. In Shogul, you don't even find it that often in Shogul. No. Definitely worth turning your bombs into Transmutagen Blast, because of the favourable RNG element. And you can't ignore it, because you're missing out on a huge portion of the game if you don't think in those terms. That's why transmute machines exist. That's why transmute potions exist. Transmute Blast exists for that exact reason. So please, heed my words. Take it.
Yeah.
Run to the hills.
This is such a great relic from Shogul. 3 major curses. It also depends on when it is presented to you. If you were offered it anywhere between, even up to halfway down the game rooms, I would say absolutely take this.
I'd say take it right near the end. It depends on the situation, like you're suggesting. But say you're after a Keyblade right near the end in the last few floors, and you want to push for it, and that's your only option. Oh my god, you just hit dynamite gold.
Yep, indeed. If you don't have the things that you need, this is going to be your lifesaver. Take those 3 major curses, don't even think about it, and just roll with it, and hope that you don't get fragile as one of those major curses.
Crumbles.
The crumbles, thank
crumbles.
you. I love it. I love it. I'm all for it. Put it up there high. It's not, although with that being said, it's not a P for me.
Because it's a Shogul. Shoguls, you have to take curses for them. They can't be perfects because you get those curses.
Really?
A plus.
All right. You presented a challenge there. Let me argue the merits why this is a P. It goes into the core mechanic. Right. The best argument you have is it doesn't have a smiley face. All right.
Yeah.
I don't care
Well, I
about the curse.
would've
The curse is kind of irrelevant in all this because it's so powerful.
Yeah, I would have put the miniaturizer at P tier if it wasn't Shogul.
And it should have had a smiley face. Put a smiley face and then P tier. That's why Bombushka is so high. Considering the relative power.
Yeah.
But it goes into the core mechanics of the game. The absolute core of what makes this game absolutely so enjoyable. The rush, the excitement of trying to abuse random number generation technology. It's simply that, as well as fighting in general hand-to-hand combat with the swing, with the throw. That's one side. The other side, transmuting your entire life away, or bombs away, or whatever resource you have away, to try to get advantage. It's half the fun of the game. Literally, I find it half the fun of the game. To push the RNG along, watch it flow, watch it build, and it's such a refined thing through the early access they've built and what they've done and hidden away, because this used to be in the relic pool. It used to be so easy every run to find this.
Yep,
and that was fun. But yeah, exactly, a shop relic. But they've hidden it away in Shogul, and rightly so. It shouldn't be a popular relic. It shouldn't be found all the time.
You know what? It's funny because when I look at and as you're talking about that fashion of changing the RNG of your game, and I look at miniaturizer. Miniaturizer is one of those where it can seriously change the RNG of the game in a different way.
Yep.
I'd say it changes the resources of the game.
Yeah. And with this, I think I'm catching on. So because this is so rare, I have only seen it maybe once during the last probably 20 summoning stones.
Yeah, it's ridiculously rare.
So do I penalize it because of that? Or do I celebrate it because when we actually do see it, I know that I am likely to take it right away?
That's a good question.
I do remember the last time I did see this, I did not take it because miniaturizer was right next to it.
Yeah. I would only put this thing at P tier if we would agree to put miniaturizer at P tier with it.
Ooh, that's a statement that I'm going to have to consider.
Yeah. Because for me, I would take miniaturizer over transmute bomb, so I can't put transmute bomb above miniaturizer.
What Headwound was saying about changing the RNG of the game, I understand what you mean when you come to miniaturizer. At first I was wondering what the hell you were talking about, but then I realised what you get out of chests. You get all sorts of potions, you get all sorts of things that can change the RNG of the game. So he's absolutely 100% correct in that. I feel like, however, Transmutation Bombs is a relic designed for that purpose, while Miniaturizer, it is a product of... You know what I mean? It's not necessarily its entire reason for existence.
Yeah.
So I think there's a bit of a separation there, but it's still completely valid.
Yeah. I would concede to an S in this one, but definitely not a P. Because of the disqualification of the miniaturizer, and that you have to take 2 curses. This one you have to take 3 major curses. So there's a higher penalty, although the return is equal or not better than most things. So an S.
One last thing. Like the S tier in the list, you see that. The A plus tiers, the A tiers. Transmutation Bomb is one of the... Getting it early, and granted you would need to get it early, is one of the only ways to guarantee you would get all of those. The only way.
But you can't guarantee it.
I say you can. Because with Transmute Bombs, you are pretty much guaranteed that you'll get Hot Cross Buns by the end of the run. Guaranteed.
Same can be said with duplicator, except
You
with
lose out too
duplicator,
much.
You have,
You'll get an
you have
S,
to
an A
make
plus,
choices.
an A tier combined together at some point. You'll lose something.
Yep.
I think Transmutation Bomb is the only way you could get all S's, all A pluses, all A's, and not lose anything.
Yeah.
Unless you had no bombs.
Yep. And if you're doing all that transmutation, you can run out of bombs quite quickly.
Yep.
Unless you had our favorite little buddy that gives you lots of bombs.
Yeah, you kind of got me there.
Yeah.
Resource
So,
management. It's a son of a bitch.
I tend
Yes, it
if I
can
have
be.
the transmutagen bomb, if I got the transmutagen bomb early, I often tend to run out of bombs. I have to constantly be going to the shop to find a couple more bombs because I'm usually always running low with this thing because I'm using them so much to transmute so much. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Its
I'll-
reliability on that is the same for me as Keyblade, and it's reliant on keys, and why we don't put Keyblade into the P slot because it does require those keys. So, but it is absolutely amazing.
we need
if there
it.
was
If
an
you
S
see it,
plus,
pick it up.
I could add an S plus if we want.
Nah. I think it's more fun
Nah.
to have restrictions.
True.
Yeah.
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 Because if we had an S plus, I'm pretty sure Keyblade, Master, Miniaturizer, and
Yeah.
Transmute Bomb would be the ones in there. Everything else would stay at S.
It's because we put P as perfect, and
Yeah.
what we consider each in our own mind to be perfect. That's the interesting thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
Why?
So moving on to the other Shogul bomb, one that is much, much more common than the Transmutagen bomb. This one is the branding bomb. So, this one is a bit of a weird one. It took me a long time to figure out what this thing actually did because it's not very well explained. The effect says bombs brand enemies for sacrifice, and you also get plus 10 bombs. A nice buff to it. Now, Transmutagen bombs had that. Oh boy. But yeah. So you have now been marked with the brand of sacrifice. The lives of those who bear the brand will be consumed. So what this does is, if you plop this thing down in a room, it will brand every enemy in the room and yourself. The enemies that are branded with this thing will have a 5-second countdown until they are instant killed. But the brand that hits you, it won't instant kill you, but it will deal a considerable amount of damage. The wiki says when it touches them, they take 10 damage per, or let's see, all non-bosses enemies that have been branded are instantly killed after 5 seconds and release a red mote particle that homes on the player. When it touches them, they take 10 damage per 100 max health for each enemy killed. So, numbers. Yada, 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 yada. In my experience, it's usually like 50 some per room at high summoning stones. So, you essentially pay a decent amount of health, similar to something that you would use for transmuting, to instantly kill everything in the room. It can get you out of some tricky situations. I tend to actually pick these things up now whenever I see them at Shogul. They only cost 2 minor curses, which is extremely cheap. That's the cost of having a level 2 Sylph and getting 2 blessings. And there is a way that you can actually outsmart the branding bomb system. If you jump and run around like a chicken with its head cut off, you can actually outrun the particle effect that brands you. And if you let everything else in the room die, the doors open, and you're able to book it out of there before the red particle effect hits you, you can get out of the room scot-free, no damage to yourself, and you've just cleared the entire room. They're quite underrated in my book. But your guys' thoughts?
Brash.
See, I have to tell you, the number of times that I've been damaged so much by this thing, and I didn't understand the mechanic, but now that you've explained it, will I give it a try one time? Sure. am I scared to death of this thing? Abso-freaking-lutely.
It is scary.
I would prefer to just take the 2 curse and not actually take this bomb. I would, when I said I have very little patience before.
Yeah.
Being chased around by a damaging thing just because I dropped a bomb is not for me. It makes my patience wear very thin, and being punished for using my resources is not what I'm about. Not really, unless there is some greater reward. And killing a room is not a reward. I can do that personally anyway. So no, no, and no on every count. Almost an F. That's just me.
I will note that this thing will not brand you if there are no enemies in the room. So once you've killed everything, it acts just like a normal bomb.
They have changed that then since they first introduced it, I believe.
Yeah, it doesn't harm you if there's nothing in the room.
Still, no, and no.
I mean, we're talking about a relic that actually seeks out to harm you.
Mm-hmm.
And could potentially kill you.
For clearing a room.
But I have to concede that it only works if you use it during a battle.
Yep.
But its entire point for existing is to essentially make you weaker. If you can't have the balls to finish a fight you started and take the consequence of that without dropping a bomb to clear the room for you, build better.
And
sometimes
there is you can't build. Sometimes I'll get 5 bats and 3 lurkers and no room at all to dodge them. If I had these things, I would be saved. It does have a use, just not much at all.
I don't have really to say about this. It's fucking.
You know what?
I've had nothing but pain and suffering. I know I'm kind of about that, but this is too far. Sometimes things take it too far. This takes it too far. I have spoken, and the bomb can now shut the fuck up, as far as I'm concerned. And I never want to say it again.
So now we know that Suffer would rather take Seer's blood than branding bomb.
No, because I wanted branding Seer's blood at a D, and I want this at a D also. So they're exactly the same.
I will say this is a D.
As long as we put Seer's blood at a D also. Because they're exactly the same.
I would prefer to have this. I was thinking for me, because I actually kind of like these things in a weird way.
I will say, it's my impatience that causes me to hate these.
Yeah. If you can finagle these things to have you can finagle these things to clear out an entire room for you, which is quite handy at times.
But, okay, I have to think about it in this way, that if I am finding that I am getting in trouble in a room to the point where I'm going to use a bomb, my health is probably too low already. And for me to throw a bomb in the middle of the room and wait 5 seconds while I'm getting beat up and then get the extra damage to this is a run killer for me.
I've got it. Sorry. It makes Priskip jump around like an idiot. I think it deserves to be a little bit higher than I raised it, so I can respect it for that. I'm trying to look at the positive side of it, I'm really trying. And that's what I've come up with.
Okay, I could see there is... Okay. It's that timer. It's that timer that really hurts me. That 5 seconds. Because there's a specific room that I'm thinking about in my head. The railroad track across the middle with nothing on either side, where you get bats and those little bitty flies that shoot 3 blasts at you, and having to wait until this thing... First off, you have to notice the room, click and flick this thing across the room, then wait 5 seconds before everything dies. By that time, everything's already on top of you.
There is a
Yep.
positive that you don't need to use this in the room. You're not being forced to. I mean,
Correct.
No, it's
in any
your
room,
choice.
you can choose to fight.
Completely optional. Yeah. Yep. For me, it's just a panic button. Panic.
Where do you want to put it,
But it-
Priskip? C minus, what are you saying? Or are you actually wanting to put it higher? Like,
I
Oh, I
would. I would probably put it C plus, but with all the negative connotations that everyone else has with it, I can see putting it at C minus.
how about you, Headwound?
Yeah, I was thinking C minus or D, but you know,
Yeah.
again, I don't have enough experience with it. And
Well, this
when
is
I
it. With
do have
Priskip
experience-
having the most amount of experience, I would actually more likely let Priskip take the lead on this one. But with my own prejudices, where he wants it, I'll put it one below. And if I can get a consensus with yourself, Headwound, I think that'll come out with our result here.
Mm-hmm.
all right, I will concede to that. Priskip?
I was thinking probably C plus, so we'll put it C.
That's fine.
Yeah.
A little
Wow.
bit higher for my liking,
Oh,
but again,
wow.
I don't have the experience with this. I just
Yeah.
have prejudice. I have lack of
Yeah.
experience. So,
Mhm.
it is always more favorable, considering what I know about roguelike games, and I think we all do, that the person who has actually gone the furthest with the item has the most knowledge and should be respected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, if you get good at dodging this thing, you can just clear rooms for free.
Yeah.
Well, clear rooms for the cost of one bomb. If you get good at dodging the effect. I'm not sure if that's intended. Maybe the devs will fix it. Who knows? If the devs fix it, I'm gonna rank it at F. Because it's just gonna hurt you more than anything.
All right. So on to the next bomb in the list.
Lightning bombs were Headwound.
All right. So another very interesting relic in that it is unlocked automatically. It is very common. It does not have the benefit of Seer's blood in that it supplies fire that you can utilize to benefit your run by lighting braziers or, cooking food. This one's just going to electrocute you if you get too close. Granted that the electric nature of the bomb is kind of restricted and it's kind of like a showy regular bomb. It doesn't really do much besides just a little bit electrical here and there. Thoughts, guys?
I think we have been spoiled on this. Right. We are all at pretty high summoning stones. I know this is an automatic unlock, but when you first start playing the game, this has so much value in boss fights, aka Celt, where if Celt swallows the bomb, it does a hell of a lot of damage. The water in Mortar, if you can avoid, yeet a bomb in the middle of your Mortar, get the orbs lined up, it's not bad. It really isn't. It can do tremendous good damage. But I think because we're high summoning stones, it is essentially like a regular bomb for us now. There is no, even the, say, 100, 200, 300 damage it can do. That's nothing. You know what I mean? So I think we've been spoiled. So I think we need to look at it in a bit of a different way. That we may not now find it useful, but it did have that usefulness, even if when we first started a save file, we didn't particularly use it. Because I remember people saying, when I was playing Undermine, use electric bombs. And I did, and they were great when I started my new save file. And I found value in them, I really did. For damage, that is it though. Only for certain damage at certain points. But, this is an automatic unlock. It's not to be held up on a pedestal. It doesn't have a smiley face. So,
yeah, its spread is not very wide. Like Rooks or Bishops. It doesn't even have the I mean, you take a look at Queen's Bomb. Yes, it does take an extra bomb, but it has a better benefit. Same as Gold, same as Booshka. It's like, yeah, a C minus for me. Absolutely, yes.
what? No. I
Yes.
cannot
I don't
abide
think
that.
Yeah. I think it's about just as useful as the Seer's Blood for us, and I don't think it's more useful than the Branding Bomb.
I think the wiki is wrong. I don't think it electrifies water.
Does it electrify water?
It says it does, but I don't think it does.
I'll have to test that.
If we could. But,
Okay.
again, Seer's
I-
Bomb doesn't do extra damage where Electric Bomb can. The Electric Bomb is safe. It does not electrify you in combat. Seer's Bomb doesn't do the extra damage, and I just see Lightning Bomb as a more practical use to get extra damage. I'd call it a C plus B minus. I really think it's got that added value we can't see or have outgrown. And if we put it low, for people who start out in Undermine, they're going to have a false representation of what this can actually do. I really believe that. So I implore you, it's not a C minus. It's not a C. It's not a Branding Bomb. It's not a Seer's Blood. It does have extra value.
Almost like a Mjolnir.
Almost like a Mjolnir. And if we're judging bombs as bombs and not really judging each bomb to each bomb and not comparing it to other relics, and even if we are comparing it to other relics, like even though it uses a bomb, Mjolnir is a perfect comparison. I don't see it as good as Booshka because of the spread on Booshka, but Branding Bomb actively hurts you. Lightning Bomb doesn't really, and it does good damage. It's not going to clear a room, but it's going to be more beneficial to a person starting out in a save file
Kind
than
of like
Branding
Mjolnir.
Bomb is. It's ease of use as well.
Yeah, it is easier to use than Branding Bomb. Branding Bomb is really confusing.
Yeah. Well, I don't have because I don't want to pick this up. I choose not to pick it up, and when I do pick it up, I don't use it as a weapon. I just use it as a bomb.
Yep.
So, if, yeah, I don't know. I'm. This is a tough one for me. I'll have to concede to you guys with this one, but not one that I'm gonna really use. If it was an unlock, I wouldn't unlock it.
Are we punishing it
Yeah.
for outgrowing it?
Well, I think we've kind of done that for some of the other relics.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
and
think
should we have
just
done? Because I've
Well-
tried to defend like certain save, like fresh save kind of. Well, no, because we've got sewing kit at B minus. That's pretty high for a completely useless relic now.
Yeah. Well, we put it there because it would be S tier early, but then super low late game. So we kind of put it in the
I'd
middle.
see Lightning Bomb as a B plus early on, but it loses effectiveness down to about a C minus later on. So I think somewhere even
Right
C
about in the
plus
middle.
would, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
Yeah,
never
I-
gets to any heights, but it never gets to any lows either.
Yeah.
And you can change
Yeah,
it later as
that's-
another relic anyway, if you find another bomb.
Yep. That's what I like to do with it.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, if I find this thing in the relic room, I'll pick it up and try to find a shop or a bomb in the shop and transmute it. But yeah, the effect it gives is similar to Mjolnir, so I'd probably put it about where Mjolnir is.
all right.
Absolutely. Again, it's just one of those that I needed to defend that one because I knew it was going to get a bad rep. And sometimes, you just got to put your neck out there, even though I don't think or care for it. Yeah, I think it deserved its own shout there. Moving on to Blood
What
Bomb, the final.
The shit is this?
Yeah, it's got a face. It's obviously an S tier. Can we just stop there? It's got a smiley face. That is the requirement for almost being a P tier, to be honest, in this game. The characteristics that the game gives certain things is just great. Bombushka, Epilphus, Petrock, but the Blood Bomb is one that has not reached those heights, unfortunately. Leeches life from enemies slain by a bomb. Now, I will have to admit, as an unlocked item, I have never unlocked this. I have no experience with it whatsoever. I can imagine, however, that it's going to dilute the relic pool. I would need to be told how much HP you gain from each kill to judge this appropriately. If it's 100 HP, or the amount of HP the enemy has, high summoning stones, you can get full heals from this. Or if it's 10 HP per enemy, per bomb kill. It has to be a slain enemy, though, from the actual effect it states. A slain enemy. It's not just damaged, you have to make sure you kill them.
Yeah.
So, Blood Bomb, compared to other bombs, it's, again, nice. It's got little fangs, a smiley face. It's very cute, don't get me wrong. I mean, it kind of looks like those bombs that chase after you a little bit with extra fangs and dark eyes, but probably, considering those enemies are really annoying, I'll probably find Blood Bomb or a bomb taking up relic space in the relic pool and wishing it was another relic, most likely, because we have enough healing options already. I can't see it being too great, and it'd probably end up infuriating me every time I saw it. And that face wouldn't pay off, It's one of those faces that isn't going to have the same ramifications as every other single face has had in the game. So,
Yeah.
where are we slotting this one, boys? Well, what do you think of it, or have you got any experience with it first? Because I know you don't.
Yeah, I have no experience with this.
Headwound doesn't. I do.
Oh, really? Tell us.
Very little.
Very little. All right, no, that makes sense.
Very little. Like I've mentioned before, I used to have a save where I had every single relic unlocked, every single potion unlocked, every single blessing unlocked, just so I could mess around with everything in the game. I never really got and I will say one thing: diluting all your pools made even Summoning Stone 20s really difficult. Of course, I wasn't that good at the game back then. Probably could push through it, but it's difficult. But the Blood Bomb, it's it would pair well with a relic that we'll be talking about, I believe, first thing in the next episode is Sarbamba, where if you kill an enemy, you get a bomb back. However, I can't remember exactly what the health numbers were for this, but all I could remember was that it is underwhelming. It is one of those healing items that it does give you health, but it's just underwhelming for even the mid-tier summoning stones like 20s. It's not that great in my opinion. I'd probably put it with C- or D.
Depends if we're punishing relics for taking up space in the relic pool.
I don't think we can. I
don't know if we
just
can.
have to base it.
Because if not, it doesn't hurt you. It actually heals you if you get the kill.
Yeah.
Which actually makes them pretty cool in a way, theoretically. But
I just don't find them to be particularly useful.
No
So
whelm.
Yeah, it's just underwhelming.
Agreed.
Depends.
Yeah.
C- for me.
We've got the Apotic Charm, which is obviously you have to take curses to receive the benefit. We have the Totem of Life, which we all fucking despise, at a C. And Catalyst. Around the area, other healing items. Where's the next healing item? It rockets right up to B+ for the season popcorn. That is a huge... Actually, no, meal ticket, sorry.
Meal ticket a B.
Yeah. Well, lunchbox, but you don't get food from that. It's just a storage item. But yeah, huge rocket up into Bs. And I wouldn't see this as a meal. Could it, though? Nah, because mainly in this game, you're not killing with bombs. You're revealing.
No.
It's a resource management kind of strategy you normally employ. It's not a combative element normally, especially with a small bomb like your default bomb. It just doesn't work. So it's definitely C or lower. We can judge that. We're looking at it different.
Fireworks are going off, so
it's all right.
Pardon the dogs barking because there's fireworks going off. It's the 4th of July here in America,
exactly.
so
now we can power through. It's no worries.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, it's definitely going to be a C or lower. We can pretty much see that from the relics that are already there. And just the nature of meal ticket, that's consistent. You know what you're getting. But is it going to be worse than a Totem of Life? Do you reckon you'll get if you committed to a strategy of Blood Bomb? Since, say we're judging these relics, should we be judging them from a viewpoint that you're going in with a strategy to use them to their maximum or try and get to that potential? And if so, can we judge it lower than Totem of Life?
I think we can judge it lower. Totem of Life doesn't require that you kill enemies with it.
Yeah.
And every single room, you're guaranteed to get a little bit of health. This
Mhm.
one, imagine the amount. Okay, so generally a bomb is not going to kill an enemy, and it will take more than 2, maybe even 3 bombs at some stages in order to get enough damage in order to kill an enemy with a bomb. So, one, you're relying on bombs to kill an enemy, and if so you're using more bombs.
That's just part of the strategy. That's just kind of saying, um, well, I'm wasting keys to get Keyblade.
I mean, the same thing could go with what if you don't have any bombs?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, for if we were going to judge it based on the fact that you have to work with it, but we don't want to judge, like if we don't want to discriminate on a relic for the fact that you aren't always going to get everything lined up perfectly in order for it to shine,
Yeah.
then Aphotic Charm would be above Totem of Life, because I believe if you get 7 unique types of curses, it would heal you more than the Totem of Life. Therefore, it would be better. But the fact we judged Aphotic Charm based on the fact that you have to get those curses, therefore it's more finagling in order to get the benefit of the relic, but is that hassle of having all the curses worth just that little bit of extra healing per room? We valued it no.
That's a
Same
good
thing
point.
with the
I would still stick
pocket
with
grill.
that.
Yeah, same with the pocket grill, where you do get the little bit of extra healing, but you can't transmute your food to get potentially even more healing. So that's why we put that so low. The blood bomb, the effect is, like I said, it might have changed in the recent updates. I should test it after this episode, but uh, from what I remember, it just doesn't heal you enough to be warrant the hassle of trying to kill enemies with bombs. The only way I could see that being viable is if you were doing an entire bomb build, and well, for an entire bomb build, we just look over there at the onion suit. So
Yeah, I could see what this could potentially become, but my recollection of what I've seen from this is it's not going to give you enough heals to warrant the danger of and usage of so many bombs within a fight.
yeah,
That's all
it
fair
would
enough.
require a lot of risk, not very much reward, and a lot of setup. But it could prove useful in an alternate playstyle, similar to the blast suit would prove useful in an alternate playstyle. But for us, it's just not that useful because we're primarily about pumping up swing damage and swing speed and potions and blessings.
Too bad you
So
I
can't
tell
have
you what,
bespoke combinations, like say you've got a bombushka mix with bomb blood, cover the entire area and miniature bombs and get a load of miniature healing.
that would actually be pretty cool. Imagine
Mm.
the face on that thing, a bombushka with fangs.
oh,
It'd just be like Halloween, you know. That's fine.
Yeah, Thorium, get on it. We need a
In
bombushka
fact,
with
wouldn't it
fangs.
probably kind of come out like Black Rabbit?
Hey. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh my gosh.
It's a conspiracy. But
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect slot for it right now. And that
Yep.
is all the bombs
the
raided
bomb.
in place. And
Yeah, the bomb collection.
aye, good to get through them all. Good to do them all in one little. Apart from obviously Gold Powder, the eccentric of the group.
Yep.
God damn, it's windy here. Damn. Gust of wind right from a window. You've got fireworks and dogs. I've got just gusts of wind. Jesus. I'd like to thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you, Priskip. Thank you, Headwound.
Always lots of fun, man.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to thank you all at home for continuing to support the series. Again, if you have any things to say about yourself, I mean, if you want to, get in that comment section and judge why Seer's blood should be a D or an F, please, 5 of you. That's all we need. That's all we need. I'll get in there myself. I'll count as 1. Don't worry about it. He hasn't said I couldn't do that, so he never stated. He never stated. So I'll be there.
Wow.
I'll be the first one leading the charge. And yeah. Thank you guys. Until next time, subscribe and all that good stuff that really helps support the channel and content we provide. Make sure you're checking out our Twitch channels, twitch.tv/Let's Suffer Together/Headwound/Priskip, and Headwound's own YouTube channel for extra Undermine content. Again, smashing the Summoning Stones 125. I'm only 121 because I've been boring and started doing Undermine runs and, pretending to be a witch in Noita, but that's neither here nor there. But until next time, my friends, you take it easy, take care of yourselves. Happy 4th of July for actually today, even though we said yesterday or a few days ago, happy 4th of July, but it doesn't matter because we're finishing now. Take care of yourselves, guys. See you later.
Bye.
See you next time.